So good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Bergstrom. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Programming and Marketing Leadership Advisor in the Center for Leadership and Service. Before we begin, I wanted to share some tips to enhance today's program experience. ASL interpretation is available and should be visible throughout the presentation. If you cannot see the interpreter, try switching to gallery view in the top right corner of the Zoom window. This program is also being recorded and will be available on the CLS YouTube page in a few days. If you have questions for our presenters, please use the Q&A feature. Click the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type in your questions. You can ask questions at any time. However, we do have pre-arranged questions answered or available, so we may not be able to get to everyone's questions, but we will try in the end. We cannot see or hear our attendees, so if you have a technical problem or event question, use the chat feature. Click on the chat button to reach the session host. You are also welcome to use the chat function throughout the program to connect with other attendees. When using the chat, you can select the recipient as all panelists, which will send your message only to those of us behind the scenes, or all panelists and attendees, which will be visible to everyone. We would also appreciate it if you could check in using our Google form. The URL will be pasted in the chat. By checking in, you help us keep track of how many students we are serving with these programs and to get to know a little bit more about you. Thank you for your support. We would now like to collectively take a moment to acknowledge all Indigenous and First People of the land and space in which we live and breathe. For our community at Highline College, we recognize that we are on occupied Duwamish, Coast Salish, Muckleshoot, and Puyallup lands, and we want to thank all relations and tribes today as we prepare to hold space as a community. We recognize also that all of us are joining this conversation from different areas, so we also want to invite you to reflect and thank Indigenous and First People of the land and spaces in which you are coming from. Thank you. And thank you again for joining us for Coffee with Academic Success. This will be a great opportunity to learn about some of the resources available to you at Highline to support your academics. So I will now hand the mic over to our hosts, Doris Martinez and Thomas Bowie.
Good morning, Highline community.
Buenos dias, Highline. Welcome to Coffee with Academic Success. Hey, Thomas, we should introduce ourselves, but before we do, what are you drinking this morning?
I got me some peppermint tea.
Oh, yummy.
A little tea bag says, give happiness and you will end up happy.
Oh, that's cute. This is great. I'm drinking this actual herbal tea from Puerto Rico, so yeah, it's really good. Well, let's get this show started. Hey everyone, Doris Martinez here, she, her pronouns, and I serve as the director for the Center for Cultural and Inclusive Excellence, and I get to co-host this morning with my buddy Thomas.
Hello everyone, Thomas Bowie, Director, Center for Leadership and Service, he, him, his pronouns. And I guess we should bring our panelists up. So if our panelists could unmute their screens, I guess.
Step up to the stage.
Welcome everyone. We are so happy to have you all. Thank you for being with us and our students this morning.
Hey friends.
So we would love for you all to do introductions as well. If you could give your name, position at Highline, your pronouns, and answer this question. How does your area support students?
Should we go in the order? Okay, I'll go since I started talking already. Wow. I guess I made that easy. Good morning, everyone. I'm Lyle Rudenskold. I am the program manager for the Academic Success Centers and the overall director of the Tutoring Center within those. I use he, him pronouns. We are located, when we're on campus, up on the 6th floor of the library. And we are also, of course, currently located virtually. But we'll probably get into that later. And what we do to, you know what, my brain just melted away. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Did I mention that? Okay. What we do on campus for academic success, is that kind of what we're talking about? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We are, so the Academic Success Centers, we are the tutoring on campus. We have 3 centers within the ASC, which is what we shorten it up to. We have the Tutoring Center, which I oversee, which we have general tutoring for general subjects, science, computer science, accounting, business, world languages, and more. We have the Writing Center that they assist folks with writing for any class, not just an English class, any class. And most of our classes have writing. And then we have the Math Resource Center, which has math tutoring assistance for almost every math level we have. And all of our tutoring is with peer tutors. So I think that'll cover it for me, and I'll let someone else take the floor.
Hi, I'm Lisa Boso. I'm the coordinator for the Public Speaking Center, and I'm on the communications faculty here at Highline. I use she, her pronouns. The Public Speaking Center is super awesome, but that's because I love public speaking stuff. The tutors there are trained to help anybody that has a presentation in any class. So it doesn't matter if you're a biology professor or your communication studies professor, wants you to get up in front of the class and say something. We are here to help you. We are totally available virtually. The student tutors are going to be available 5 days a week for you. But because we've got so many students that are in different places, that our hours of operation might not work with your schedule. So one thing that we have available is that you can actually send your outline or send your questions or send your video, your practice videos to those tutors, and within 24 hours, they'll get you feedback. So we're excited to be supporting students on campus. I will hand it off to Jerry.
Okay, hi, I'm Jerry Ventura. I'm the library director, she, her pronouns. We in the library is in building 25 normally, but in this virtual time, we are here for you 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday. And if you remember nothing else, remember library.highline or .edu, library.highline.edu. All of our hours of will be available there Sunday 11 to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday 9 to 7, Friday 9 to 5. So we in the library help you support and meet your educational, personal, and professional goals, accessing research help, access to information in the form of books and ebooks and databases. We help you get your graphing calculators for your math class, understand your assignments, find books to read for fun that you could pick up on campus, or we can mail them to you. We have children's books. We have access to free online movies. And if you just don't know who to ask us at library.highline.edu. Who's Gabby?
Buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gabby Osorio. I am the TRIO Advisor and Retention Specialist, she, her pronouns. We are located in building 6 on the first floor. Of course, right now we're all online. So TRIO is a support program at Highline that supports students that identify with at least one of the following. Either a first-generation college student, which means that your parents or guardians did not earn a bachelor's degree in the US, low income, a veteran student, a student with disabilities, a student that either has DACA or is undocumented, students that have experienced foster care, or identify as unaccompanied homeless youth. And our services range from advising to tutoring, When we were on campus, we did a lot of campus tours, and we went to different companies to kind of look at and see what they do. Right now, everything's online, so we do a lot of our workshops online. We do a lot of transfer support. So if your plan is to transfer to the four-year college, we support students with that process. We help you with your financial aid applications, applying to scholarships, helping you with internships, basically anything and all that you will need as a first-generation college student when you don't really know how to navigate the system. So again, if you want to know more, you can find us at trio.highline.edu. If you are interested, or if you are not sure if you qualify, you can definitely reach out to any of the advisors, and we do have our applications available online. Thank you.
Thank you, panelists. For our audience, you might notice we have a fifth name on the slides, but unfortunately Tamar wasn't able to make it with us today. Just to give a little information on MESA. MESA is our Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement Program, and so they focus on serving our underrepresented students in STEM at Highline. And so just to give a quick one sentence there. And I want to say, panelists, thank you, and to our students, that's some amazing resources you all have access to at Highline. I never had a public speaking center as an example when I was a student, and I would have totally taken advantage of that. And so y'all use these resources. And to our students who are just joining us for their first ThunderWeek event, possibly today, welcome. This is Coffee with Doris and Thomas. It's a series that's going to be going on all week long. So we hope to see you at more ThunderWeek events. How today's event is going to be situated, so our panelists know what we're going to talk about. We have a few general questions that we want to ask you all, and then we're going to play a little game. And we're going to do a true and false game. So I will start off with the first question. So you all talked a little bit about what your areas do for students. How do students access your services right now in this online fall quarter?
Should I start? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Sorry. So right now, again, we're all remote. So we do host drop-in advising hours for TRIO students. So on Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 to 12, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. You can find the Zoom link on our website, trio.highline.edu. You can also email us, and we can set up virtual appointments. We do have ways to also do it over the phone. If you don't have access to Zoom, we can email you a phone number that you can talk with us. But right now, yeah, we're hosting drop-in hours. Make sure to check our website for hours, because sometimes they might change. But it is on Monday, Wednesday from 10 to 12, and Tuesday, Thursday from 1 to 3.
Sure, I guess I'll go next. Since we're not being called on. So the Academic Success Centers, we are also, folks can access this online. Right now, each center has their own webpage. I'm working towards having a more consolidated webpage, but for the Tutoring Center, students can access us at tutoring.highline.edu. For the Writing Center, their website is writingcenter.highline.edu. And then for the Math Resource Center, this one's shortened up a bit. The Math Resource Center is mrc.highline.edu. And during the quarter, our hours are primarily 8 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Fridays. Please be aware that for all three centers, everything is by appointment. So there may not be appointments at 8 o'clock, even though that we're open, but we do also answer emails. We do have for all three centers, that the schedules are posted up there, and folks can always message us to the different centers because each center also has its own director. So I directly oversee the Tutoring Center, yet there's two other directors.
The Public Speaking Center can be accessed, and I'll put it in the chat box in just a minute. The email address is publicspeakingcenter@highline.edu. Our appointments are also by appointment, and we have a little bit different scheduling location. We are on a You Can Book Me site, and I'll put that in the chat box too. But the You Can Book Me it's just really long. It's Public Speaking Center, You Can Book Me. Chat box much easier. We don't open in the Public Speaking Center until next Monday. We're closed week 1. We've got the tutors in training this week, and then we'll open on Monday. I don't have the exact times for you because the tutors and I will figure out the final schedule tomorrow, but there'll be an email that goes out and it will be posted.
And in the library, I have it in chat, library.highline.edu. The librarians, again, are under Ask a Librarian. If you email them at, let's see, refhelp@highline.edu. Operators are standing by Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For all, and that's research. Research assistants, you have an assignment and you need to use scholarly resources or databases and you're not quite sure what that means, email them and they will immediately get back to you. Then say you're procrastinating. I know none of you do this, but 24/7 we have Ask a Librarian chat. So that means that librarians in other places that are open, like maybe different time zone than we are, 24/7 will answer your reference questions. And that's at library.highline.edu under Ask a Librarian chat. You type your name, your email address, and your question, and they will help you. And they will help you, guide you through Highline resources because that's open when we're not open. And then all other things like graphing calculators, I need to renew my book or whatever, I need to get a book, is libcirc@highline.edu, and that's Sunday 2 to 5, Monday through Thursday 9 to 5, and Friday 11 to 4. And I'm going to put all of that updated on library.highline.edu so that you can just remember that and go there to contact if you don't remember all of this that I'm saying to you right now. So I forgot to mention 24/7 chat earlier, so I just wanted to mention that for you night owls who are up late at night and just need one more source or something for your paper or whatever. Feel free to use 24/7 chat.
Thank y'all so much for those incredible resources. And for everyone here, please be sure to save these links and also email addresses. Like it will come very much needed during the academic year. So our next question for our panelists, and feel free to answer this organically as we go because it is morning, we're vibing. Second question is, what does academic success mean to you?
I'm a goal-oriented person, so I always have to have a goal. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to exercise. I'm not going to do my paper. I'm not going to do my assignments. So I always make sure I know what the deadlines are, and I try to organize my time so that I turn in my assignments on time, and hopefully class by class, assignment by assignment, I ultimately get to academic success, which means meeting my goal, which is either getting just getting through the quarter and getting my grades at the end of the quarter, or finishing a certificate or a degree. And success to me is just whatever goals that I set out at the beginning of the quarter, that I make that.
I agree with you, Gary. I feel like when we talk about success, it means something different to all of us, and we're at different paths. So for me personally, I took about 10 years to get my bachelor's degree, right? So it took a really long time. It looked very different than what my classmates experienced. So I had the goal of getting my bachelor's at some point, and my path was just very different. So each of our successes are going to look different. So don't feel overwhelmed or stressed or disappointed that maybe your classmates are, at a different point in their education. As long as you have a goal and you're meeting it and you're making steps to achieve that goal, it could take you as long as you need. I mean, work at your own pace, set your goals, and then ask for that support, because it's going to look different for everyone. You don't have to finish in 4 years or 2 years or however long, that paper states. Like I said, it took me 10 years on and off school to get my bachelor's, and I was okay with that because I reached my goal. So it looks different for all of us. So please remember that you define success differently. But I definitely agree with Gary that setting a goal is very important.
Yeah, I concur. To me, academic success is, as both Gabby and Jerry have said, and most of us are nodding our heads, that it's achieving our goals, and yes, really being able to achieve our goals on our terms while still being able to take advantage of the wealth of resources, and especially in the educational environment, the wealth of resources we have to help folks achieve their goals. And that's the important piece, without us having to feel of having these artificial barriers. I remember that when I started college back in, okay, here I'm gonna date myself a little bit. So in 1988, I started on my associate's degree. And then I went into the military. I didn't finish my associate's degree until 2005. So talking about those long periods, I mean, high school is like the worst 5 years of my life. So anyway, it was 5 years. Anyway, and again, talking about achieving the goals on our terms. It's not how fast we get there. It's that we get there and what we gain from it. And I mean, for me, that's one of the biggest things is what we learn from our classes, from our experiences. And not everyone demonstrates their learning or learns in the same ways. And that's also hugely important for folks to remember. So that's how I would frame academic success. For me, it has to be on my terms. It has to be on your terms. And then moving forward from there, achieving our goals.
Everybody said amazing things, and I agree with all of that. I'm going to spin my answer just slightly differently. We're talking about all the support that we have on campus, and I realize that sometimes students have some nervousness, or they really want to kind of muscle through and do it on their own. I grew up in a culture in my home where we got to a point where I was failing math in the 5th grade, and my parents were like, "You need a tutor." So we were sort of fostering me getting help really early. And I will tell you, I had tutors in mathematics all the way through high school. And then I went off to college, and I graduated as a double major in mathematics and political science. And I will tell you that that's in part because I was so used to asking for help. I would hit a roadblock and I'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna go find somebody who knows how to do this, and I'm gonna get help. And that was true, that expanded. So out from mathematics, that became my speaking abilities. I actually have a speech impediment, and I kept going. I competed nationally on the speech team, working with my coach to get past my speech impediments. So you can sort of see a theme through my life is asking for help. And I realized that my academic success isn't just my own. My academic success is these angels of support that were out there that really made my journey happen at every level, at every turn. And I'll tell you, I have 2 undergraduate degrees, a law degree, and 2 master's degrees, and not one of those did I do without support. So that's my spin on the whole thing.
Whew. That was some knowledge right there. Thank y'all so much. I'm here snapping my fingers, like nodding my head. I really hope that our students are taking notes right now. And we're just so fortunate to have y'all as scholars and educators in our community. So thank y'all for sharing your truths this morning with us. Thomas, we're going to switch up the pace a little bit.
Yeah. So next is we're gonna have some fun. We always want to end these sessions with a little fun, and so today Doris and I got a true and false game, Highline edition, for our panelists. And so we briefed our panelists before this, had them get their true and false cards ready to go, and we're gonna ask a series of statements. And our panelists, once the statement's over, you can just put up true or false, and we'll see how much you all know about Highline.
Thomas, I feel like this is going to go badly already.
That is okay. This is just all for fun.
I need a tutor.
Can I play the new card? I've only been here a year. I don't know much. And then part of the year, I've been at home. So.
Excuses.
And also, audience,
a long time.
Audience, also feel free to chime in and put info in the chat too. Let's see what folks know.
All right, y'all, ready for the first question or statement, I should say. Highline once had a swimming pool on campus. True or false?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I don't know.
We got true, and true. Yes, Highline did have a swimming pool on campus, and it was located in Building 26.
I'm back in the day, y'all. Someone said, bring it back. Okay, question number 2, or statement number 2. The college was founded in 1962. True or false?
I don't know.
Founded in 1962. What do we see? False.
False. And Auntie Jerry, I'm having a hard time seeing your paper.
I know. I'm saying true.
Darn.
It is false. I tricked you.
Oh, man.
1961 was when Highline was founded. Next statement. Building 20 is home to our campus garden/greenhouse.
Building 20.
I still use a map to get around on campus. I came from a school that had 3 buildings. Now we have 30.
I see false.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Great. You are right. Ding, ding, ding. False. We actually don't have a building 20 on campus. That was a trick question, y'all. Just a fun fact for our panelists and our students. The numbers on campus can be kind of weird, but they are numbered in clusters. So you'll see like 10 through 15, 5 through 10. So they're kind of like circular clusters. Just a fun fact there.
Okay. Next statement. Dr. Mosby is Highline College's first Black president. Yes, this is very true. And he started with us in July of 2018. Big ups, Mosby.
You all should get this next one right. Building 99 is in the city of Des Moines. Oh, Lyle, we got you. Actually, Building 99 is in the city of Kent.
I always forget which way it goes. I just know that part of the school's in Kent, part of the school's in Des Moines, and I'm going, okay, the address says Des Moines, so I'm going to say that building 99 is Des Moines, but it's probably that the mailroom is in Des Moines, so that's what they do. Whatever.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Next one. Highline College was the first community college in King County.
Yes, that is a true statement.
It sure is, you know, we out here.
Next statement, Highline was once known / nicknamed Harvard on the Hill. That is actually true. Long when we first started, we were known as Harvard on the Hill for transferring many of our students directly to prestigious universities like the University of Washington.
Okay, next one. SNA stands for Students and Activities Fee. Can anyone tell us? Any students on the chat? Okay, and that is false.
It actually stands for Service and Activities Fee. So we got you all with a little wordplay.
Next.
2 more to go. Intermediate Algebra and Composition English were some of the first classes taught at Highline. Yes, true.
Ooh. All right, y'all. Ready for the last one? Okay. Academic success support is not available during fall quarter. False, 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 false. Everyone got that right.
We all ended on a good note.
Love it. How was that lightning round for y'all?
Stressful.
All of this is stressful. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I
very
don't
stressful.
know.
I'm competitive. It was horrible.
Lisa's like, yeah. That was great. This was fun. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thomas, any last words?
No, just another thank you from our panelists. I'm sure our audience is giving you all a round of applause. So thank you for the work that you all do and providing the support to our students. Students, I hope you all really do use these resources available to you all. They are free, F-R-E-E, free. And with that, we have some closing remarks. And so we will ask one of our moderators to come back up, give some closing announcements, and then we will see you all tomorrow for our next coffee series.
Thank you, panelists. Love y'all.
Thank you. Before everyone goes, we would love to thank you all for attending Coffee with Academic Success, and thank you all for our campus partners for joining us this morning. In the chat box, you will find a link for our ThunderWeek feedback form. Your feedback is critical in enhancing our programs, so we definitely would, appreciate your feedback. And a reminder that if you did not check in when you arrived, there's also a link in the chat. Please do so before you leave. Be sure to join us tomorrow morning for more ThunderWeek events this week. Coming up later today at 1:30 is our peer-to-peer fast talk with service and mentorship engagement consultants. This event will feature speed conversations so you can quickly connect with other Highline students and also learn about the peer mentorship program. And tomorrow morning is our next coffee with event as we have our Coffee with Wellness at 10 a.m. You can find the full ThunderWeek schedule at cls.highline.edu/ThunderWeek, and follow CLS and CCIE on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date on our upcoming programs and learn about us and our student leaders. And if email is more your speed, you can subscribe to our bi-weekly email newsletter, which is also in the chat feature. Again, thank you so much for attending, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye, Auntie Jerry. Bye, Lai. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everybody.